Aries, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Oh, all right. Your energy is showing up as the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So you may not be putting a lot of effort into this connection right now, or you might just be feeling a little bit drained. You might feel like you're not being met here just yet, Aries, or you're not being met where you are in this connection. Your person is showing up as the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. They're viewing you as the Knight of Swords. What you're not seeing is the Ten of Swords in reverse. And we see the Five of Pentacles. All right, Aries, if this is someone who owes you money, you may be getting paid back. But I actually feel like you're not giving to this connection because this person is in the process of some sort of transformation. They're in the process of cleaning up their side of the street. And I feel they feel like you're moving away from them. And you have the Justice card in reverse, Libran energy. So yeah, you might be acting a little bit indifferent to this connection because you're definitely feeling a bit imbalanced, or you're feeling like you're giving too much here and not really getting much in return. I do feel the energy of this reading right now is that this is someone who's going to pay you back, or somebody who wants to make it up to you. Let's get into this. So strong Libra, strong Capricorn energy. Strong Virgo and Taurus as well. Okay, we see, the Magician card, Virgo, Gemini energy. I feel like, Aries, you're really focused on yourself, this Magician energy. You know that you have everything you need but love at this point in time, and you're not going to invest time and energy into something that isn't giving back or isn't meeting you halfway. You're viewing this person as the Hermit card in reverse, Virgo energy. So you may feel or sense that this person is going to come out of the woodwork, or they're going to show up in your life soon. I think you're probably expecting that, for them to show up again. And you're viewing the relationship as the Page of Cups. And I feel like if they do offer an apology, or they do make an effort, you are willing to be open to this. Now, it could just be too, this person was, told you they need to take care of something. They can't give to this connection just yet. I don't know if they've started a new job, or they're, cleaning up some bad habits, getting out of some sort of karmic cycle. And in some way, I feel like, my Aries, you really are manifesting this. But what's interesting is I feel like you're manifesting it because you stood your ground and you decided not to, to give to something that couldn't give back to you. And you're really focused on you. You're in your own lane here with this Magician energy, but I also think you're manifesting them into your life. And I think you have sweet feelings for this person, the Page of Cups, provided they come in correct, or they come in with the right energy. The Seven of Cups, this person spends a lot of time wondering about you, a lot of time thinking about you, Aries. This person, might be feeling a little bit confused at this point in time, because it does look like they probably weren't expecting you to, pull your energy back, or move in a different direction, or move on so quickly. Even if you haven't, that's how they're perceiving it. All right, and we see honor your ancestors. Okay, so learn how to connect to your ancestors so you may receive their guidance in your life. Some of you, you're doing that. You're, working on prayer and meditation. But I also think you're taking a look at patterns that you just don't want to repeat. You want to do things right. You want to maybe you're breaking some sort of ancestral chain here of behavior. You're getting nowhere. Okay, so we see you may need to adjust the lens of your life, change your mindset, and then change your lifestyle. You can still turn things around. I think this is the energy you're in. I think you saw that, right now it doesn't make sense for me to be giving to this connection or to this person, because they're not where I need them to be. They're not meeting me halfway. And I think you have adjusted. You've adjusted your lifestyle. You've adjusted your, the lens with which you're viewing things. And I feel like I'm really connecting with some very evolved, self-assured Aries, right? Like, you're not going to put your life on hold for someone who's not meeting you halfway, or can't right now. And we see pain as fuel, so this may have been a very difficult decision here. But all that pain, all that suffering, all that confusion, use it as fuel and transform your troubles into gold. And that's exactly what you're doing in the Magician energy. that's exactly what you're doing. So it's like you're not allowing this to like hold you back or to get you down, even if it is hurtful, painful, confusing, frustrating. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, yeah, you're in this very self-empowered Aries energy. You don't need anyone else. Realize you don't need anyone else but yourself to survive, to be happy, or to fix you. Embrace a new level of independence. And I feel like that's exactly the energy that you're in. All right. So I do apologize if you hear any background noise. They are doing some renovations beneath me. All right. So with the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy, I feel like your person is cleaning up their side of the street, releasing, bad habits, karmic situations, just freeing themselves from a karmic cycle. Yeah, look at that. And they're releasing burdens. It feels like they're actually doing this work so that they can come towards you. And if they told you that, Aries, you may not have believed them. You might have been like, okay, cool, I'll believe it when I see it. But I do think this is a person who's actually, they may not 100% be doing it just for you, but they're doing it with the intention of coming back around to you to have this new beginning. Yeah, this person's ready to step up. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. They want this new beginning with you, but they're coming towards you in this very empowered, successful energy. I think some of you might be quite surprised. All right. And we see the Star card in reverse. Speaking of a surprise, a Tower. This person is going to absolutely surprise you. They're not sure if you're going to accept them. They're not sure if there's, they're still going to have a chance here. But I feel like this is a person of their word. Like they said they needed to focus on something, get something done, finish something, clean up their side of the street, and then they could focus more on this connection. And you said, okay, cool. You got to do you. I'm going to do me, right? And you're probably like, you know what? That's it. Like, whatever. This person was interesting. I was excited about this. It's not working out. Fine. Well, I feel like they're coming back around. I feel like they're actually going to surprise you. And a lot of it may have to do that you didn't sort of stick around. You didn't sort of hem and haw. You didn't try to, make them change their mind. You just kind of decided to do you, and you kind of turned your back on this. The Emperor energy in reverse. This person might feel like you're angry or you're frustrated, or you don't want to, you don't want to give them another shot with the Emperor in reverse. They're worried that you're going to reject them. And we see the Moon card. Yeah, because this person feels like maybe they don't have access to you the way they did before. But this person definitely has deep romantic feelings for you. They might be worried that you're keeping secrets, or that you're, you're just not as accessible to them anymore. And it's creating a bit of restlessness for them with this Sagittarius Temperance energy. They're feeling restless. And it's almost like they're coming to a boiling point, because I feel like you're manifesting them, whether you realize it or not, by focusing on you, Aries. You're in this very self-empowered energy. All right, let's see what we need to know about this person before we move forward. What do we need to know about this person? Okay, we see child, orphan, feelings of abandonment. Okay, so that's stifled maturation. So I think this person is probably feeling the void, feeling a bit abandoned, even though I don't think you've abandoned them, and seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Okay, so, this person I think is just healing some sort of codependence, maybe some sort of an addiction, clearing out karmic relationships, whatever it might be. And they feel like, they feel there's an abandonment wound being triggered here, because I don't think they thought you would just move on, right? And we see child, eternal energy. So this person is determined to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, and an ability to see things with fresh eyes. But I feel like they're coming to you in a fresh energy. Like, all right, I did what I needed to do. Now let's see if Aries is going to give me a shot, if the timing is right. So we have strong Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy here. But they feel like they don't have as much access to you. They're definitely feeling restless, maybe even a little bit scared or worried that you're going to reject them. They see you as the slave archetype, so surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Okay, so again, they kind of just see you as, strong-willed, trusting that, kind of in this oh well energy, right? Which can be a little disconcerting for other people when you're like, okay, it didn't work out. Even though I know that this hasn't been super easy, and you're not so nonchalant about it. And we see student energy. They see you as humble and devoted to knowledge and openness to lifelong learning here. Okay, so there's definitely respect and admiration here. So we see the Ten of Swords in reverse. This person's coming in with communication after they've released negative attachments. They may want to heal things. They want to see if there's still a chance here, Aries. All right, we see the Queen of Swords. This person is coming in with communication, clarity, and truth. The Five of Swords, they want to heal conflict. I feel this person feels like you feel like home to them. And we see the Queen of Cups. Get ready, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You're going to be getting a love offer. This person wants to create something new here. So we see the Five of Pentacles in reverse. If this person owes you money, they may be paying you back. But it just kind of feels like there's, you know, they want to heal conflict. They want to make it up to you here. All right, we see the Knight of Swords, incoming communication, Tower energy. I feel like you moved away to avoid disaster, and that really brought them a lot of clarity about your worth and your value, who you are. All right, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. This person is coming back around, and we see the Queen of Wands. King and the Queen of Wands. I think this is actually, you know, this could actually be your person. This could actually be your power couple here, Aries. It's like you played your cards right. And I don't even think you were being strategic. I think you've just learned lessons, and you're not going to channel energy into situations that don't meet you where you are. And they're seeing that as, you know, seeing your worth and your value, recognizing that, wow, okay, Aries is really something special. Our connection is special. And, you know, I can't really F around here, but I don't really think that's the case. I feel like this person really genuinely needed to heal and release something. I don't know if they, you know, are cleaning up, you know, bad habits, if they really needed to focus on like work or something like that. It does feel legit, okay? It does feel legit. And I also feel like they were speaking the truth about, let me do this, and then I'm coming back around, all right? So we see advice. They may be getting advice from friends and family about you, about this connection. All right, we see the cover-up bandit. What I'm getting is I don't think they're necessarily covering anything up here, because I'm not getting a dishonest energy at all from your person, but I do get that they're not showing how much this has how much this has stressed them out or hurt or been hurtful, and they may be getting, you know, psychic readings, tarot readings about you, or just learning to really trust their intuition. Okay, and we see troubles ahead here, so maybe a bit of a tower moment. They are worried. Okay, you definitely have this person worried and in their feels. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this person. What else do we need to know about this person for my Aries, please? What else do we need to know about this person for my Aries, please? All right, we see liar, we see fleeting romance, and we see vanity, okay? So, but you know, it's like, I don't get that energy from this person. Like, I feel this person is genuinely stepping up, but I kind of feel like some of my Aries, this is your perception of them right now. I can't trust them. They were just making it up. They were just kind of, you know, didn't want to actually, you know, pull the trigger, break up with me. They said they had to go do something else. Like, they're, you know, most likely lying. This is a fleeting romance. They're probably superficial and not who they seem. I don't think that's who they really truly are. Okay, I really don't. I feel like this is somebody who's honestly coming towards you, stepping up in a healed energy. And I think they realize that this is what you probably think about them. All right. At the bottom of the deck, when I cut the deck, we get soulmate energy. Yeah, so I'm sticking with it. I actually think this is how they think you're perceiving them. And I think this is how some of my Aries, you may be seeing them right now. All right, let's see if we get any other information about this connection. Second chance. Yep, this is this reading. I love this. This relationship deserves a second chance. It's coming from spirit. Okay, someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. The devil in reverse. This is your person. All right, we see you and this person don't share the same vision, so you definitely weren't on the same page, but I feel like they're trying to get on the same page with you. They want to, and for a lot of you, they are. With the King and the Queen of Wands coming through, it's like they are now matching your energy, and the attraction you feel is mutual. You've learned the spiritual lesson. It's like they needed to catch up, and I really do feel they are. I really do. So let's see what they want to say to you, Aries. What does this person want to say to my Aries, please? What does this person want to say to my Aries, please? commitment. I want you to be a part of my future, and I believe them. The way you love can never be matched. You're irreplaceable, Aries, and I haven't told you everything, okay? So they still have, they have secrets to tell, okay? And they don't want to chase, but I think regardless if they want to chase or not, I feel like that's how they're coming towards you. All right, Aries, let's see what are their very next actions towards you. I mean, this person is definitely coming back around, but we see the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords in the upright, which is telling me they're coming back around with truth and clarity, okay? And Spirit saying this relationship deserves a second chance. The Nine of Pentacles, that's the Devil in reverse energy. They're coming back in a healed, independent energy. I don't know if they needed to get rid of another connection. They needed to heal themselves, their health or their finances, or a combination of all of those things. The Ace of Wands, this person's worried you're going to reject them. They want a relationship with you, but the Hierophant energy is also somebody who's dedicated. Somebody here who's actually changed their codes of conduct, as in like maybe they're healing an addiction or something like that, or maybe they needed some time to fix their schedule so that you two could actually see each other, or they could be around more. Like whatever it is, I do feel like this person is genuinely making changes. And here we get the Knight of Swords again, coming in with truth and clarity. So I think this person is coming in to have a real relationship with you, and they are very worried that you're going to reject them. But this is somebody who I feel like is a man or a woman or a person of their word. And I think that's going to actually shock you, because I don't think you're necessarily believing it. All right. So we see waiting is no longer neutral. Silence has become a choice. Ask whether it's serving truth or protecting fear. All right. But I actually feel like this person can't wait any longer. Sorry, some of these cards are not in reverse, okay? And let your ego down, Aries, but not your standards. Hear what this person has to say. All right? I'm going to leave it here, Aries. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.